Yes, guys, you're now locked in with me, the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Aldous Tiller.
And your boy, Mason Fox.
You're locked into Not Fit for Sports. It's a podcast where, two intellectual guys get together and, talk about everything in the sports world. And today, we're going to dive into the Club World Cup. I wasn't expecting it to be, this interesting, would you say?
Yeah, it's definitely been a bit interesting, yeah, more than what I thought, especially with, like you say, looking at some of the games and the way some of the games have played out. It's definitely been a bit intriguing, definitely.
Yeah, very intriguing. I mean, the standard, obviously, all these Brazilian teams that are just somehow just smashing it.
Is that league? Is that league underrated? Would you say, or
I don't know, because at the same time, I say the Brazilian teams are smashing it, but then at the same time, all these top European clubs, I don't think they even bring in the A game, because the quality that they're playing at is just, it's not what I'm used to or I see them play at. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I feel like they've definitely brought the squad fit though. I just kind of feel like they're using it as kind of like a pre-season, just throwing all the players in there, seeing kind of what they've got with the current teams kind of thing. So not like taking it fully seriously, but they're kind of like using it to see what kind of players they've got as well. Throwing youth in there as well. You've seen some teams do that. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll talk about the start of it. The first game, I remember I was watching Bayern Munich beat Auckland. I don't know how that team even managed to get in there, bro. That's like
I don't know why, but a lot of they made a lot of money. A lot of them
pretty sure they're an amateur team. I'm pretty
sure.
No,
they're they're full on. They're not like a semi-pro team.
Yeah.
Full on amateur team. Like a lot of them. One of the guys were like, "Yeah, I got to go back to my class on Monday." It's like, what? He's a PE teacher. It's like, just like everyone will look at. And that was the goal scorer. But they're happy. They got their point against Boca Juniors.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Yeah, see these Argentinian clubs. Yeah, I think they're just there to fight. I don't think they're even there to win. They're just.
Well, we spoke about this on the other episode when we talked about like when you watch like Messi and stuff when he goes to play for his country and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. How these guys turn into like the crazy animals. Like, do you know what I mean?
Do you know what Pogba said this even like earlier in the week? He was talking about Rodrigo de Paul. He was like, "Yo, when I played him in the finals, he was like, yo, I can't lie, I hated this guy. Like I wanted to actually fight him." And then he met him at a party, like Griezmann's party, and that, and he's like, "Oh, this," like he was like, yeah, he was ready to like go for it. Do you know what I mean? Met him at the party, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's actually a good guy."
Yeah.
So like, I'm guessing on the pitch and off the pitch is two completely different things. Like I don't know if you watched the match literally last night, because obviously it's 2 a.m. here. It was Inter Milan versus River Plate. Dumfries and Acuna were beefing all game.
Was it?
To the point that at the end of the game, they were like, yeah, let's go link in the tunnel. And they both sprinted towards the tunnel. But luckily, Dumfries got to the tunnel, yeah, but the whole of like the River Plate bench went and dived on Acuna to not like get him into that tunnel, to like stop him from going in. But the whole game before that, they were just like fighting. So that's what I mean. Like these Argentinians, they literally just came just to fight, and then they lost 2-0 and went down to 9 men. But I'm still gonna die in the stand and say Martinez is still overrated. The most overrated striker I've ever seen.
Still
overrated. To me, I just don't understand him. I just don't like him.
Yeah, like you said, they had 2 red cards as well yesterday, River Plate. Well, this morning, I guess the game was.
Pointless red cards. There was 2 yellow. One was 2 yellow cards, and then another one was just can't remember. I think I just dozed off then. It was 2 a.m. I was just like,
I woke up and
I seen red card. I was like, I looked at my bet and I was like, yes, that's my bet done.
Yeah.
But it was a good game. Obviously, Real Madrid signing that Mastuando. Is that how you say his name?
Mastuano, yeah.
Mastuando.
I'll give you that one, yeah.
I've been practicing. We've been practicing.
In the mirror.
Stop it.
Yeah.
But now, Mastuano, he looked really good. He looked very good. End product is not there yet, but they're them things that kind of, they come with time. Yeah. Same with the Estavallo kid from Palmeiras. He's good as well, he's really good. But end product. I've seen him have a couple of shots and just not on target.
It feels like, for me, I feel like teams are kind of using, like, do you know when you play Football Manager and stuff and you're like a team and not got much money? So what you do is you go and deep dive into them, like, Brazilian, Argentinian, South American, like, leagues, and you try and pick out all the young kids that cost, like, 2 million that you can go and sell on for, like, 150 million in, like, 3 years.
Exactly that.
It feels like all clubs to kind of follow in that rule now. And
I think in South America in general, I think a lot of the players are just very hardworking, and I think in their own countries it's becoming very European. Like I've heard some, obviously Argentina is becoming a bit more like a European country.
Yeah.
Instead of a South American country. So that transition from South America to Europe is not that different. Obviously, if you go into like a La Liga, if you go into like the Portuguese league, you're going somewhere, you're gonna already know the language. You're not going in there, you have to be forced to speak English.
I think they're making it that way because the money's not there in them kind of leagues. They're making them, obviously not forcing them, but they're making it so it's like European, because everyone's end goal is to go and play in Europe. I mean, that's what
of course.
Obviously that's where bigger tournaments are. The Champions League's not that appealing compared to the European version.
Yeah. But obviously I say that to say this. I like that saying. Nah,
you've had your Weetabix this morning.
I'm ready for this. Nah, but literally, like in the Brazilian league, they got money. They just got 30 million for that Vitor Roque, Palmeiras. I don't know how he cost 30 million from Barcelona.
Yeah,
but they got 30 million back off him.
Yeah,
just to sign. Like, no, they signed him for 30 million.
Yeah,
that's it. So they do have money to spend.
Yeah.
Again, it's just about bringing that limelight to South America that I just don't think they're gonna get, just because,
Well, definitely get it now. I think that like a lot of teams that surprised me the most. I think so. I think like say there's the group that we've seen with PSG and Atletico and Botafogo, and then obviously Botafogo's made it through over Atletico, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they beat PSG. They beat PSG, and obviously they beat Auckland.
And everyone beat.
Oh, they not got Auckland. Sorry, no one got Auckland.
No,
Seattle Sound.
Seattle group, yeah.
Don't know how they got into it. Again, these formats and how some of these teams are in there, I still don't know. But I think now that we get into like the latter stages, it's getting a bit better.
Yeah.
Messi still got it.
We've seen that, yeah.
Messi still.
I've seen a crazy stat about Messi. I think in major tournaments, he's never gone out at the group stages, from what I've seen.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I've seen something like a crazy. I don't know if it's correct or not, but I've seen it on Twitter.
For some reason, I thought he would I don't know. For some reason, I thought that they were going to do poor.
Yeah.
I just really thought they were going to do poor, and they've kind of not did poor at all. They came second out of the team. They're going to be playing PSG.
I don't think that group that they were in was actually it's probably one of the worst groups to be in. I think maybe was it done on purpose? I don't really know. I mean, you got Palmeiras, obviously a good team, and you got Miami, and then you've got Porto, and then Al Ahly. I mean,
but think about it though. Every group stage got like that one little nagging team.
Yeah,
I just said it's going to be at the bottom.
I just
but
feel
then
like
they've got Porto, and Porto went out.
Yeah, but I mean, you probably would have gone through, but I feel like it was just out of all the groups, that was the worst one that stood out to me. If you look at some of the others, you got Benfica, Bayern, Boca Juniors, another group. Maybe the one, maybe Chelsea's, because they got Chelsea, obviously Flamengo, Chelsea, and then the other two, LAFC and AS Tunis, not really great.
See?
Inter, Monterrey, and River Plate, and Monterrey's gone through, fair.
Monterrey's gone through over River Plate.
Isn't that Sergio Ramos plays for them?
Yeah, that's where Ramos is,
Because he scored, didn't he? I remember seeing he scored in that first game. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he scored, yeah.
Nah, he's rolling back the years now as well, man. So he's doing bits there.
Yeah.
Again, who was it? Because they needed a win, and they couldn't get it. They just couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I watched the Benfica against Bayern Munich game.
Yeah.
Quality of that game was so poor.
Yeah.
So poor. They went up 1-0 and just parked the bus. Olise, you know what? I think I might get penalised for this,
Oh, God. Here we go.
I think this...
I always get scared when you start your conversations like this, so yeah, go on.
He's so overrated.
Okay.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Everyone else sees it, which is great. It's great.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I seen him, he had one possession where he had the ball on the right. He's dribbled into the middle and somehow dribbled all the way back to the halfway line, from the box all the way back to the halfway line just to pass back to the defender. I don't know what the game plan was.
Maybe there wasn't, yeah.
That's what I mean. Because now Bayern Munich finished second when they should be finishing first. Now they've got to go and play one of the teams that's finished first. I'm not too sure who, but it just makes life a bit tough for them. Do you know what I mean? When it doesn't need to be. But Olise, for me, a bit overrated.
Yeah,
very, very overrated.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I think he needed to have one more season in the Premier League. I think just to kind of see what he had before he went. But I mean, if you've got to move to Bayern Munich on the door, and you playing with Palace, I mean, you're going to go to Bayern Munich, aren't you? So
That's true. There's a big
playing a lot of
move as
games
well.
there, so you can't really fault him. Do you know what I mean? So, a few games are still coming up. We've got Juventus, Man City. Is
that today?
Game. Yeah, it's today.
I think that's an easy City win.
Yeah.
I say that, yeah, and then after we record this, they go and lose like 3-1.
Yeah.
Just cause.
Yeah.
Is Haaland playing? Is he back today?
I think he's back. I think he's playing the last game.
Yeah,
sure,
that's good. I like seeing Haaland. I like strikers, me. You know what I mean? I like strikers. So if Haaland is back, I think that would be good.
Yeah.
But this Club World Cup, yeah, it's us taking it by storm.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't expecting it to be. I thought it was just going to be like a little walk in the park, just a little pre-season tournament. But
I think you'll start to see teams play their proper team coming to the knockouts.
Yeah, 100%.
I think you'll start seeing the better team now when you start taking it a bit serious. It's
100%,
kind of like
100%.
I think a lot of teams, like I spoke about at the start, was like they kind of use it to kind of find what team, who's good in the team, using some youth players in the group stages while they can against the lesser teams, let's say. But I feel like some of the games have been quite competitive, so I wouldn't really say it's been an easy ride for anyone really. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how City and Juventus get on tonight because they're both on the same points, same goal difference, so they're both through regardless.
Is it on they're both through regardless of something?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen there because games like that, then they just start, they start playing like teams that don't need to beat. You know what I mean? Like them games, I like it, but then it's just like, what's the point of even playing? It's just they're going to play the reserve team, rest up their players as well. Obviously, the sun out in America is just blazing. Like they literally laugh at us when they hear our heat.
Yeah.
Like, but the heat over there, apparently, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
But there's no in between. It's either you get a heat wave or it's just a storm.
I mean, it's different for us over here because I feel like obviously over here we're not meant for warm weather. Our buildings are meant to keep heating, and then we don't have anything like air conditioning because we're not that kind of country. So yeah, but like I say, when we do get it, it's warm over here. So no one knows about the UK heat. It's tough. It's tough out there.
So obviously, from the continuation of the Club World Cup, who do you think so far is looking the best?
I mean, I'm still going to stick with. I can't remember who I predicted at the start of the episode the other day, but I do feel like I'm still liking PSG doing well. I think Chelsea will come into their own in the knockout stage. I think they started off quite slow. I don't know what Nicholas Jackson was doing on in his game the other day. I know it was his birthday. He just thought, do you know what, sack this. I'm just going to snap someone's leg and I'm going to get the night off and go on the town and out the piss.
He's a pointless striker.
Yeah,
such a pointless striker.
Yeah,
that's why they always signing strikers at just because like they know he's pointless.
I think he's my overrated player. I think.
Oh, is
yeah,
he?
Nick,
I don't think he's even rated.
No.
I personally, I don't know how he even gets into the starting 11. Like Cole Palmer must be looking at him like, bro, what is going on here?
Yeah,
like,
I think Delap will start most of the games to them. I think he's just a better striker all around. I think. Not to take away from Jackson. I just don't think he's.
Not to take away, he's atrocious. Yeah. He has to have missed about 7 chances to just get one in. Yeah. And then he scored that hat trick against Tottenham. Like it was the last season or the season before, whatever. It was the worst hat trick I've ever seen. He missed about 5 shots before them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
he loves a red card.
He loves a red. He loves a. Why? I don't get it. Like if you're not getting booked, he's getting sent off. It's like
maybe he's South American at heart. Maybe
Yeah.
Trying
to bring it over to the Premier League.
Yeah.
Oh well, let's see how that works for him.
Right. Well, I think that's enough on the Club World Cup. I know some people kind of like it, they don't like it, but let's move on and we'll get into the Premier League.
All right. Premier League.
Yeah.
First thing I want to say first.
Go on.
Amorim is only here until November.
Crazy statement that.
Amorim will be sacked because the first 6 teams that United have, the first game that United have, let's just start off there. Yeah.
Is that where we're going?
Is it Arsenal? Arsenal's the first game.
Arsenal's our first game. Yeah.
Why? Who's behind this? How did they make these draws? Did they just pick it out of a hat? Who's in charge of this?
I know it sounds crazy though, but I think I prefer to play the bigger teams at the start of the season. Do you know when everyone's not at the best? You kind of want to play these teams, I think, because you got a better chance, especially for us.
No, I just feel like it's just not the best.
No,
I feel like it just sets us up for failure. It really does.
We are at home. I mean, that's the positive side of things, I guess.
So here's our first 6 games. Ready?
Yeah.
So we got Arsenal at home.
Yep.
We got Fulham away.
Yep.
We got Burnley at home.
Yep.
Then we got City away, Chelsea at home,
Yep.
and then Brentford away. That's
tough.
6, right? That's 6, yeah.
The maths, not math in there.
My maths kind of went away there, yeah. But then obviously,
went away or didn't exist.
But how many points do you see us getting out of them 6 games?
Oh, it would be so United if we beat Arsenal the first game, then
Lose against Burnley.
go lose to Fulham and lose against Burnley. It just wouldn't surprise me. We beat Arsenal first game.
Yeah.
And then everyone would be like, oh yeah, brilliant. Then you start hearing all the people going, win against Arsenal. It's like, oh, we're back. Yeah, we're going to win. We're back. Shut up, mate. Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Calm down.
Like, I don't know who United signed yet to even warrant us to be this confident. Like,
oh, definitely. I mean, I think it's more about us getting rid of players rather than signing. I think that's what, but we'll touch on that, I think, in the next episode, I think, because we've got a bit to talk about on transfers.
So much transfers.
Feels like we've been away for ages, but we've actually not. But yeah, obviously starting the season, Liverpool kick off the campaign on Friday night.
Who they playing?
Against Bournemouth. So that'll be a good starting game. But bad looks for obviously Bournemouth. Obviously lost their back lines pretty much. It's been decimated.
To be fair, for Bournemouth, I like Bournemouth because obviously they've got the money in.
Yeah.
I think they made over like 100 million now, isn't it?
They will do, yeah.
Yeah.
It's only been now, but they're looking at still selling another centre back as well.
Yeah. So that Dan Huijsen,
Yep.
Dean Huijsen, whatever you call him,
Yep.
He's gone. He went for 50 million.
Yeah, he did.
Kirkes has just signed as well for Liverpool for 30 million. What's that? 80 million. And I think they sold Semenyo going.
I don't know about Semenyo, but that other centre back, that Zabani or whatever he's called, there was centre back going to PSG by the looks of it.
Nice.
So but their whole back line's been decimated.
Yeah, they finished their back line there, and oh my
that's
days.
3 of their starting back 4 just gone.
And they don't seem asked though.
No, but like I say, they have the money to go and spend. So I mean,
yeah, that'd be good for their finance. I don't think they'll get relegated though. I can't see them get relegated.
No, they won't get relegated. I think they need to spend to compete still again, because don't forget they went from being relegation candidates last year to surprising everyone and doing so well. But if you don't invest back in that team, then they're going to slip back off, I think, because people just come pick off your best players.
Yeah.
So they've got to be careful, I think, with that. I don't think Liverpool are done in the market. I still think they're going to sign someone else.
I don't like Liverpool because they're becoming who they don't want to be. They're becoming who they hate.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Because they're being mad about this.
They've been for the whole time. Oh no, they're buying it. They're buying the league. This and that,
Yeah.
and they've gone and done exactly the same thing. They've got the most. They spent the most on an individual player that's in that position.
Because all they've done over the past few years is cry about that. Literally,
That's what I'm
non-stop
saying.
Crying.
They've got the most expensive goalkeeper.
Look how much we spend, so how much everyone else spends.
It's crazy.
And now look, they're doing exactly the same thing.
It's most expensive defender, most expensive midfielder. Like, what are we playing at? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like,
They broke the British transfer record for Wirtz.
for Wirtz, yeah. What do you think about Wirtz? Do you think he's gonna come in and just start off the way he's left, or?
Oh, it's tough, I mean, I think the money's going to warrant him to come in and hit the ground running. I don't see it myself. I think he's a brilliant player. Don't get me wrong, I do think he's a brilliant player. But if I was looking at the stats for something the other day, it come across was looking at the stats between Wirtz and Marmoush from City. Both played in the same league last year. Marmoush still had, I think, was more goal assist contributions than
And he
Wirtz
left in
did.
January.
And he left in January. And obviously, you see the difference. It's double the money in price as well. I'm not using that, but I'm just thinking, and obviously he played in a better team as well, Wirtz, but I mean, I do think he'll come in and do well.
I think Wirtz kind of suits more of a City team than a Liverpool team. Makes sense. I know Liverpool, the way it's looking, they're looking like they're kind of building for the future, because obviously they got a new left back. Yeah. I think that's shaky waters for Robertson.
I think he was looking at going from what I've seen the other day.
Obviously Trent left and replaced him like literally within a week.
Yeah.
Like with Jeremy Frimpong. And now they got trouble with Konate, because Konate wants 200k.
Yeah. It's
But
crazy
then,
money.
but then again, there's people ahead of him.
But they got rid of Kwanzaa, so that's another
30 million, I've seen that.
Yeah. So
That one shocked me.
Yeah.
He's going to Leverkusen. That's a good sign for Leverkusen.
But I'm just trying to think about where Wirtz is going to play, because is he going to play out on the wing? He don't really play like a number 10. It kind of does. It's kind of like a weird. It's hard to say with their formations. It's kind of, is it a 4-3-3 or is it a 4-2-3-1? It kind of feels like it does fluctuate between both, depending on if they're playing home away or the way the game's going.
Yeah.
Is he going to play out on the left? Is he going to play more central, like a Szoboszlai type role? I don't really know.
I don't understand, but obviously where are they going to put Salah then?
He'll be on the right.
Salah's still on the right, but obviously I think they might have to utilise him a bit more than him just staying on the right.
I think they've got too many good wingers. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Diaz, Gakpo.
Isn't Diaz not going to Barcelona? He's not.
So if they've got the money, I think it's if they've got the money. I think.
Is Barcelona still lacking money?
I don't. Yeah, I think they get linked with a few players. I think Nico Williams is kind of their number one priority signing. Which I think to get them would be good. I know Rashford's put himself forward, but
hey, yo, I'm just gonna offer myself.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Real Madrid, if you want, I'm on the table. You know what I mean? That makes no sense to me. How could a player just offer themselves some is that like it's like us? Is that how we apply for jobs? It's the same way in the football world. Just hand your CV in.
I tell you, because you go into places of work, don't you? And go, I'm offering myself to. Here's my CV. Maybe
here's my right foot.
Yeah. I don't know, but maybe it's like us offering ourselves up to supermodels. Ain't gonna work, is it? So,
it's not gonna work. No, of course not. But then again, like, I think he'd do good in Barcelona. I could see Rashford doing good in the Barcelona.
I think it kind of suits him. That league's kind of probably a bit more, I say slower, but it is a little bit slower than Premier League. But I think you get away a bit more over in that league. I think.
In terms of what though?
Like I think in Premier League, if you make a mistake, you get punished big time. There's no like messing about with that. It's like, but I think in the Spanish league, it kind of feels like you get away with a bit more. So. I think Liverpool do take that game though. I think they get off to a strong start. I reckon they win by 3 goals. They come out and make a statement. I think first game of the season. Yeah, I think so. But if they go out and sign a striker, and if they've seen the people they've been linked with, they go and sign one of them. I think it's going to be tough for anyone to kind of compete with that because they've just improved beyond what anyone kind of thought already.
Yeah,
but they do the business quick. It's smart. Get your players in the early doors. Smart way to do your business, I think. So.
100%. And obviously, by the looks of City as well, I think City will be having a good season.
Good.
I think they'll have a good season.
Okay.
I think you'll see them back to where they were.
Yeah.
Because obviously their first game is Wolves.
Yeah.
And then they got Tottenham. You know what? It's kind of a shaky start for City. They got Wolves, Tottenham, Brighton, United, Arsenal, and then Burnley.
I think they needed to inject some youth into their team. I think they need Foden to play well this year. I feel like he was nowhere near the play that. I think
this is his comeback season, isn't it? This is like his comeback season. It's like Kevin De Bruyne has gone now.
Yeah,
he's now the talisman. Of course.
Yeah, they've injected youth into the team, which I think he definitely needed. So I mean, they've brought in your man Reindeers. Bit of youth. Obviously, they've got Cherky as well now. They've still got some decent players. Doku's still a good player. Obviously, need Haaland to get firing and not go missing like he does in some games. I
don't know. It's just getting injured, isn't it? But
yeah. His stats always look good because I do feel like they're inflated because he'll be scoring hat tricks in like 3 or 4 games and he doesn't really do. I mean, he needs to be more consistent with it, but he scores a lot of goals, so you can't deny it.
He scores 4 goals in 1 game and then goes missing for 2.
That's what I mean.
And then comes back and scores another 4. The next thing you know, he's got 8 goals. He's like, whoa.
Yeah.
But
if they're going to do well, they need him to fight, but they also need him to obviously. But for him to do that, they need the people behind him to be, getting in the service.
Yeah, of course. I just think they need a bit more pace, just because the way. Obviously, I don't want to use PSG as an example, but PSG just got pace on all fronts. You got Desiree Doué, you got Dembele, even Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you got your fullbacks, probably the fastest fullbacks in the world, in Mendes and Hakimi. They just
You've also got Barker on the bench as well. It comes on and does a job.
That's what I mean. Like, everyone's just fast and young. I think, here in the Premier League, they need to take that into consideration.
Yeah.
And they 100% need to take into consideration in Serie A. 100%, they need young players in there. But even as a United fan, obviously, we're looking at players like Leao. I know we're not going to talk about transfers until the next episode, but players like Leao still. Someone's like, yo, I want to leave. Someone come and get me, and no one's even like batting an eyelid. It's kind of like maybe he's the problem, but it's not that, is it?
I feel like they go for too many kind of hand-me-down Premier League ex-players. I mean, one guy in that league who pisses me off is Morata again, but again we'll speak on him.
Who?
Morata. I feel like guy just wants to be involved in every transfer window.
Where is he now? Is he?
I think he's still.
I thought he was at Galatasaray.
Yeah, but he's been linked with Como to come back to Serie A.
Oh, stop it! He's a money laundering player. Yeah. I don't like him at all.
Yeah.
Spain should have won that Nation League finals. I'm not going back to it again, but he should have won it. But I think he knows himself. He came out in the media before, and he was like, when he missed the 1-on-1 chance against when he's been playing Atletico, he missed the 1-on-1 chance against Real Madrid, I think. And he said from there it's all been like a nightmare for him, and he's never had the confidence. He never got the confidence back since then. Fair play to him, because he's still not got the confidence now.
Definitely not.
You know what I mean?
Some other key games on the opening weekend. Obviously, said City Wolves. That's 5:30 game. Obviously live on Sky Sports. Saturday early kickoff's quite a good game.
Who is it?
Aston Villa versus Newcastle.
Oh, Newcastle are getting a bit busy as well.
Yeah, interesting game that. So, be interesting to see where Villa go and if they get any more players in, which I think they will do before the start of the season. But Newcastle again, I don't know if they're still under some sort of like transfer. I don't know. I don't feel like they ever sign anyone. I feel like they just don't really do much. And the last big thing they signed was I think with Tonali for like 70 million.
I don't think they're allowed to sign players.
Are
they not one of the teams that are not allowed to sign players? They are going to, because obviously I've seen now that they're looking to sign a couple of players. It slipped my head then.
Yeah.
There's a couple of players they're trying to sign. Obviously they're trying to keep Isak.
Yeah.
They're going to break the whole, wage boundaries just to try keep him.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
Because he's their guy in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the thing that baffles me is like last year they were thereabouts, even competing towards the back end of the season. Obviously won the cup, but then I don't think they're signing it. Like for me, it'd be like if we sign some players, we could be real contenders here. Yeah. In the league, but I just don't feel like.
I don't think they're allowed like the same with Everton. They're not like something about their.
Are they
teams.
So crippled by the fact that the FFP rules?
Yeah, exactly that, because they're like one signing away from financially just crippling themselves for no reason. Even though they got like rich owners and rich like to back them up, they just know how to do it. Yeah. And I think they need to sell more than they bring. They need to sell more players.
Yeah.
Just for them to bring in more players, which is a tough one.
Unless you're selling your big assets, you ain't gonna really do much with that. So.
Because that what was it? Tonali, the big sign? Tonali or even Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
That's probably one of their biggest signings, and like it's just from here now, like just now everyone's just trying to figure out like what can they do to get to that next level. Are they in the Champions League this year? Did they make the Champions League?
Yeah, Champions League.
That's crazy.
That's what I mean. So
that's crazy. I don't know how they made it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought they made it. Aston Villa that Europa, innit?
Yeah.
Crazy. But I hope Newcastle. I'm vouching. I want Newcastle to have a good season. I like teams like Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? Just a bit of an underdog. So I think they'll do good.
Yeah, I mean, on the other side of that, you got Sunderland.
Yes, they're rivals. I can't wait for that game. Newcastle against Sunderland. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be a great game. Obviously, Sunderland just sold their key asset of Joe Bellingham.
He scored as well the other day.
He scored in it. Yeah. He got his man the match. A lot of people are saying that he's better than his brother. I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah. I mean, only time will tell, I guess, because he's done a step up in competition. Obviously, we're playing.
Yeah. Did they play the same position?
I think so, yeah. I think it's definitely the same position.
Yeah.
Imagine they link up to play together.
Stop it. That's what I was thinking. Like,
yeah.
Closely, the route that they're taking, obviously, is kind of similar.
Yeah.
They're gone from Championship to Dortmund, and then from Dortmund, the world's your oyster. But I feel like he should have. I think he got away with one by avoiding the Premier League. I think his stock will rise by staying away from the Premier League.
Yeah, and it's mad that probably not going to see any of them players playing the Premier League, which is I think kind of daft really. But I mean, maybe they might. I think Jude always said that he'd like to go back and finish his career at Birmingham, which is where he started.
Who said that?
Jude.
Well, everyone says that. No one's really trying to do that.
But they go the way they're going. Obviously, they're backed by Tom Brady out of the Birmingham, so they could be on the way up to the Premier League. Don't know, do you? So
yeah, I mean they got promoted. And one of my guys that plays there.
That's all they need, teams like that, because they've got the money behind them. They just need to move up the league to be able to spend more money before you know it. Well, same with Wrexham. Again, they've got money behind them.
Yeah, they're in the Championship now as well.
That's what I mean. So
imagine Wrexham in the Premier League.
It could happen, It could happen in 2 years.
Can.
I think within 2 years, I think that'd happen because they've got the
star power.
They've got the star power to get the players. So I think and I don't know if it's done it yet, but I think they'll sign players like like Jamie Vardy's and stuff like that. I do feel like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what they need, isn't it?
Pick off these kind of players because they can afford the wages. That's what.
So where is Jamie? Jamie Vardy's still free, isn't it?
Free agent.
I think he'll do good there, you know.
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah. That's what I mean. So they've got the power to do that because they can afford to do the wages side of things because their revenue, because of the American owners, does so well.
Does very well, and obviously just Ryan Reynolds, isn't it?
That's what I mean. They're everywhere.
I didn't know. Like they want to just come in and then just be like, oh well, I've got my friends over here, and we're just gonna just sponsor it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like they basically just got all their mates, the rich Hollywood
all
mates.
the ones that are already sponsored by it. So it puts even more avenue into their business, obviously into the club, and they can use that money to spend it. That's why I think they've done so well, and they've come through the league so quickly.
Because to be fair, it was a rapid rise.
Yeah.
So now they're in the championship. I want to see what happens this season. Yeah. I can't wait for the championship to come back. I love the championship, me.
That comes back the week before the Premier League, which is good. Gets us back in the
the betting world.
Well, we love that. I mean, I'm so excited to kind of get. Yeah, I feel like the world ends when that kind of all the Premier League stops because nothing better than when you wake up on a weekend. It's kind of like, oh, I get to put a accumulator on here, and you sit there, you spend your half hour, 45 minutes, even an hour if you're me, kind of constructing this.
Trying to construct the winner, and the next thing you know, first 5 minutes, your bet's dead.
And then you're 3:10, bet's gone.
I hate that, me, bro. It happens so many times to me.
Yeah.
But you know, actually, like, obviously, now that we've got this podcast, which is going to be sick, when the Premier League does come back on, Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2, all this, even the Vanarama, we're going to be there.
Yeah.
So we're going to be, obviously, we will be posting our, like, you know, our prediction, our tips in and that. Yeah. So make sure you follow us on all the social medias because we can earn yourself a bit of wanga.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I don't know the way we do things. Yeah. Definitely not.
Maybe not, but hey, we'll try our best.
We're here for fun, not to make money. So I mean, yeah.
Bet responsibly. Always. When the fun stops, stop. That's the saying, right? Yeah, cool. Yeah. Make sure we tick all our boxes on our side.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we're excited to do that. We'll probably put out more episodes weekly when it comes in full flow. I think we'll be able to get maybe more than one a week out of a minute. It's just a bit when the Premier League's in full flow, there'll be a lot more to be talking about, a lot more to break down. So 100%. We're excited to go, let's say, a little bit more full time. But yeah, we're excited for it. I am.
I'm very excited. Obviously, there's a bit more fixtures that we can go off. How are Tottenham looking this season?
Their first game is Burnley, so that'll be an interesting one.
Stop it. They should just get a quick little win out of that. I think they're going to present the Europa trophy.
Yeah.
Son, is he staying? Is he going?
Ooh. I think he'll stay. I think.
Yeah, I think he has to stay. Like, why would you get rid of him?
It depends if they're able to bring in. I know obviously Thomas Frank's there now.
They're trying to spark a new era.
They've got Champions League football, they can't do it. Son is aging. I mean, they do need to bring in a bit. I know they've signed, obviously, Tal a permanent deal now. That's been done.
Yeah, I've just seen that.
But I still think he
wants to bring in Mbemo.
Nah, he's going to United, 100%.
Still don't think that's a good sign for United, but okay.
I think it is. Need Premier League proven players. I feel like he'll come in and do a job, so I think it'll be good.
He'll do a job, I get that, but I just don't think he'll do the job that we need him to do every week. But hey ho. Tottenham, obviously Champions League.
Yeah.
I don't think them being in the Champions League is going to help them or benefit them in any way.
Yeah.
I think that's, if anything, it's probably going to affect them a bit more because what they're going to see is just that players' fatigue where they're going to start dropping off a bit towards in the middle. Actually, they'll start dropping off because obviously they got to play Champions League and Premier League, and when they got to do that two in the middle, it's not going to happen. So I've not got high hopes for Tottenham this season.
You've not?
No.
I think they don't get a big enough squad, they will struggle, like I say, playing so many tournaments because obviously have it all. Like say,
I just don't think anyone wants to go to Tottenham.
No.
Like everyone else when they're doing rumours, it's positive rumours with Tottenham. I don't see nothing because I don't think anyone wants to go there. It's just toxic. They've sacked Ange for reasons I don't know. He's literally brought you your first title.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing, like sacking him.
I feel like they had to because I feel like they thought the quality of manager to be able to get in with Champions League football would be better than if it comes to the year after. They don't get in the top four. They have not a good season, but then a terrible season again, and then they finish I think outside the top 10. It's like you struggle to get a good manager at that point. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't even look at it from that standpoint because I'm guessing obviously they've won the league, got Champions League. You did your bit, Ange. You need a better manager because I don't think Ange can do Champions League. I think in his head he probably thinks he can.
If you had the right back in him, maybe thought he could have, 100%.
But with Daniel Levy, someone I didn't even want you in there in the first place. you're always going to struggle. Always going to struggle. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Obviously, we got Chelsea. Chelsea, I still don't understand Chelsea, what they're trying to do. Have they got the right players now? Obviously, they've had to pay United $5 million for Sancho.
Yeah. So. I feel like the team is kind of what the envision kind of it would be when they signed all them 60 players last year or whatever it was. So, no, I do feel like their team is kind of coming to its own. I think like the players are aging well and they've got the Premier League experience now. I think they'll be a good team next year, which is, I think, worrying for most, I think, because I think they'll do quite well.
They're in Champions League this season, right?
Yeah.
That's really good for them.
Yeah.
I think they needed that.
I think they're just kind of pinpointing the certain positions they need, and they're just going to sign the right players that they need. I don't think they're going to go and spend out too much crazy money, but obviously they didn't get Sancho, so they obviously changed the target to that Borussia Dortmund kid, Gittins.
They got an interim. I forgot I got rejected last time I checked.
Yeah, so, yeah.
That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. But the Premier League is looking good this season.
Yep.
Have you got an early prediction, or are you waiting for the Champions winner to be done?
Well, for Premier League?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's a bit too early for me. I don't want to say. Because I think the answer that I have, I don't really want to say anyway, because I feel like the two teams that I think are going to win it, I hate both of them. So
you hate, you're going to say Liverpool, innit? Stop it.
And City, I think, between them two, I think.
I don't know. I'd rather City over Liverpool. I wouldn't rather any of them.
No, I mean, yeah, but I mean, Arsenal ain't ever going to do it at this, that's for real. So,
you know what? If Arsenal were to sign a striker, I think the dynamic changes.
Because it depends on the windows. It's far too early to throw out some predictions as of yet. Maybe, let's say, this time next month we can kind of look at putting a prediction together, I think, and we'll have a bit more of an idea of who's got who, what teams are looking like, kind of thing. So, but yeah, I mean, touch on some of these key fixtures for some teams. I know we've got a bit tough. You mentioned there about our first 6 fixtures. Liverpool's isn't much easier either, to be fair.
Who they got?
So they play Bournemouth first game. They've got Newcastle in the second game.
Oh.
They play Arsenal in the third game.
Okay.
And they've got Burnley, same as what we've got. We've got Burnley in the first couple of games, not the first 3 games. Then they play Everton, so Merseyside derby.
Yeah. Is that home or away?
They're at home.
Oh.
But I don't think Liverpool's. I think look at their fixtures now. I think their top 8 fixtures are not that easy, mate. They've got obviously the Merseyside derby. They did play Palace the week after. Then the week after that they've got Chelsea away. Then they got United at home. So I mean it's kind of tough 8 fixtures for them first 8. But I still do think they do well. I think they win most of them, to be fair.
So I keep seeing Burnley's name come up a lot. Yeah,
they've got.
I need to see who they're playing.
I think their first 6 fixtures, I'm pretty sure it's tied to one of the worst, one of the toughest out of all. So I do feel for our boy Bez. I feel like he's going to be in tears for 6
every
fixtures.
week, just crying.
Yeah.
So they've got Tottenham first.
Yep.
They've got Sunderland.
Yep.
And then they got United.
Yeah.
That's the first 3 games.
Yeah. Sunderland, are they playing at home? Burnley or?
So it's they're playing at home against Sunderland. They're away against Tottenham and away against United.
Yeah.
That is very tough for Burnley. That is not fair. I mean, obviously Sunderland they might nick a point from there, but I don't think they're going to nick a point.
What about the 3 after that?
Let's see. So they got. Why is it showing me old ones? There we go. So they got United.
Yeah. It gets worse, I tell you.
It's getting worse and worse. So they've got. Hear me out now. So they've got Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah.
That's the first game. That's away. Second game's home to Sunderland, which I think they might nick a point. Like I said, away to United, and then at home against Liverpool, and then at home against Nottingham Forest. Obviously, Nottingham Forest, who were European kids in Europe this year, and then they got City afterwards, and they got Aston Villa. Oh my God! And then obviously easy again in October with Leeds. Then they got Wolves, Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea.
By that point,
they're not easy.
But by that point, they could be have barely any points, if any, and then they could be so demoralised going into that.
That's what I mean.
6 to 8 games.
They've been done dirty. They have been done.
Unfortunately, there's just no easy game in the Premier League anymore. No matter where you are, it's to your point. But I think it's so tough when teams come up because unless you spend loads of money, you ain't competing.
And have they been spending money?
Not yet. Not that I've seen.
Who's the manager? They're not close to that.
Scott Parker.
Oh, I like him though. I do like him. I think he's just. Me personally, looking at him, I think he's just a championship manager.
Yeah.
I think he's good in the championship to get you from the championship to the Premier League.
What he should just do is get someone to the Premier League
and then
resign and then go pick another team.
That's what I think he's good at so far. But also, I'm not gonna, slag a man off on his job because
No.
obviously, but it's proven that obviously how many promotions he had now, about 3.
But I think that's why it's always tough, because when he does them promotions, it's just tough to be able to. And Burnley have been notorious for a team that doesn't spend any money or big money. They don't.
And that's
really
the thing,
do it.
but obviously not got Sean Dyche, have they?
No, so
Playing that Route 1 football.
they've got some
Horrible
good players
football.
there. To be fair, yeah, Route 1, kick the ball upfield, park the bus. It's just crazy tactics.
No, but I want to say, because obviously a lot of people talk about Turf Moor, and they say it's obviously it's not the easiest place to go and win. So I'm hoping that plays to their favour, that they can kind of survive that.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for them, because literally we've been talking about the first fixtures, and Burnley's come up how many times already?
Yeah, in the first 6.
And it's just like, oh, no way. Like, are they really going to do what we expect them to do? Do you got what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So, it's a crazy one.
We went to Arsenal. Obviously, they're going to want to be up there competing. They signed some good players. Again, their fixtures are not easy either, to be fair.
Who have they got?
So first game they've got, obviously us, United, away.
Yeah.
Then they play Leeds at home.
That should be a win.
Then they're away to Liverpool.
Okay.
Then they are at home to Nottingham Forest.
That's a bit of a tougher one, yeah.
Then they're at home against City.
Ooh, tough one. Okay.
And they play Newcastle away. Again, it's a tough...
What is up? Yo, these guys that are at the top that are making these fixtures, they're adding a bit of spice to the league.
Yeah, they are at the start.
They know exactly
I feel like what you
they're
get
doing.
at the start of the league is everyone's buzzing Premier League to be back first couple of weeks. Then, because there's not much going on because it's the start of the league, I feel like everyone gets a bit bored straight away because
Yeah.
until it starts to spice
It's
up
like
a
the
little.
fantasy league, innit?
Yeah.
You start the fantasy league, you're like, yes, I want to stick to this
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
year.
yeah.
Gets to like the middle of October, and like, that's a bit
Week
boring.
3, I'm out.
Week 3 already out,
Forgot to
yeah.
take someone out or someone's injured. It's kind of like, yeah.
Crazy. Well, yeah, man. Has anyone else we need to tap into?
I think let's have a look at. I think some of the newly promoted sides. Obviously, we spoke about Burnley. I mean, we could touch a bit on Leeds' first 6 fixtures. Let's say. I hope they lose every single one.
Wow. What's your beef with Leeds?
I hate them.
What did they do to you?
I've been programmed to hate them because I don't like them. They don't like us. They hate us. So I hate
Do
them.
they?
Yeah, they do. They hate us with passion, mate. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Am I supposed to know that Leeds hate us?
What? It's the biggest rivalry in football as well. Like,
No, it's not. United against Leeds.
Yeah, of course it is.
Why did
Where have you
Ferdinand?
been?
Why did Ferdinand leave Leeds to go United?
I know what happened. He's been hated ever since by him. Yeah.
How they? Oh my days! I thought he was loved in Leeds.
Yeah.
I must be reading like a different article or something.
But yeah, I mean, Leeds first, obviously fixtures. They play Everton on Monday. Is the first game for them. That's the Monday night game. First Monday night game of the year.
Nice.
And then after that, they are playing against. Just one sec. I'm getting a VAR check on this.
You got a VAR check.
Yeah.
Look, the system's freezing. I can see the cogwheels in your head spinning though.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
What's going on here?
So Everton at home is the first game. Then they play Arsenal away.
Tough.
Then they're at home to Newcastle.
Another tough one.
Fulham, they play away to Fulham. Then they're away to Wolves. At home to Bournemouth, and they're away to. Those are at home to Tottenham. So it's not terrible start to the season for them.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's definitely some games they can win there.
I do think the 3 teams that's come up are probably going to be the 3 teams to go back down.
I think so as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And like I said, that could all change. It depends on who people go out and sign. We don't really know how that's going to look, but they're going to have to spend like some big money on to stay up.
Based on off Burnley's first 6 games, anyways, they are probably going to go down.
Pains to say, and I hate to say this, but out of all the teams, I feel like if anyone was to stay up, it probably would be Leeds, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think they got more of that firepower than the other 2 teams.
Yeah.
I mean, Sunderland, obviously, they've just, they've sold Job, like we were saying. So they got a bit of money off him, fair bit of money. So let's see who they bring in.
Yeah.
And then maybe next week or the week after, we'll probably have a different tune.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%. Well, that wraps up this episode for us. We've brought down the kind of the fixtures for that had to be done. Now that excitement kind of goes away until we get closer to the Premier League, but it's kind of nice to talk about that.
It is nice,
to kind of
isn't it?
feel some normality again and get excited for the Premier League.
I cannot wait for the Premier League.
Yeah,
Wait for the real football to get back.
100%. I'm excited. I'm hoping we're not talking first couple months in that we're talking Amorim's been sacked because I don't want that. But
November he's sacked.
November he's sacked.
Yep. That's my early prediction.
Early prediction.
Early prediction.
First manager to be sacked, do you reckon?
Yeah.
First?
I think so, yeah. I think so, yeah.
Crazy.
So, yeah. If you can't get the ground running, I think he'd be the first one to go out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a tough one, man.
Right, we'll leave you guys with that one then.
Yeah, man. Make sure, you know, we are now streaming literally everywhere.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse for you. Oh, no, go Spotify.
Yeah.
Tough. You've got one of the others.
Yeah.
And they're all free as well.
All free. Everything helps. It costs you nothing to kind of help share what we're putting out there. Share with your friends, family, social medias if you want to. We'd appreciate it. And yeah, it costs nothing. So just help us out if you like what you're hearing.
Let's go, man. It's not fit for sports.
Peace.